Morning and welcome to Gardening 365 85. And the sun is out and it's absolutely glorious today, and we've got now a few days of this warmer weather and I'm going to enjoy it in the garden. So just from Sunday, the potatoes have come up and that's their growth in those few days. So now again, to encourage growth and to protect them from frost, I'm going to cover them up with a little bit more soil. Now I would say we'll check them again in the week, but in reality, with the growth I've just seen, we'll have a look again on this weekend and I'm sure they'll be through and I'll have to cover up again. And another thing I showed you on Gardening 365 84 was me cutting a potato in half so that the ends seal. Well, it's Wednesday now and I'm going to show you the progress on those. So this is the said potato. If you look now, the ends where I cut it are all dried up and now they're ready for planting. Chit facing up, and by cutting the potato in half, I've doubled my yield. Isn't that incredible? So cutting your potatoes in half doubles your yield. Wonderful. All covered up now and on to the next job. Now people have said to me, you're so lucky to have a wonderful garden and such great soil. And neither have been luck. They've been careful planning and a lot of hard work. So how have I turned my soil from not particularly nice soil, and this I've just taken it through the sieve, so it's not even as nice as that. Any big stones have been discarded, and then on top of that soil I had some magical stuff. Now virtually everything has come from this garden. Well rotted homemade compost, and that compost was made in the compost bins down there, so it's not travel far, and that's about 12 months old. Well rotted horse muck, well rotted wood chip. I'm going to add that now, and this is just to balance the pH out a little bit. Now I'm not the scientist of gardening, but I know this does help, definitely help. And another load of gardening soil to go in, and on top of that another bucket full of homemade compost, and I need one more of horse muck and I'm done. And there it is, the finished product. So when I say I make my own soil, I really do. And that's taken an hour, maybe 2 hours at the very most, and it's absolutely perfect. Okay, I would never buy topsoil. None of the soil in any of those raised beds have I purchased. I've made all the soil myself, and all of my raised beds need a top up. But today I'm going to do this next brassica bed. I'm just transferring the soil, and I've come across that little green ball. And I've got to be honest, I never used to know what they are, and that is a worm egg. So there's about 15 little worms inside there, so obviously I'll leave them where they are. And that's finished that raised bed now, and doesn't it look absolutely superb? Top that one up as well a little bit. So raised bed 4 is now complete for the year, apart from planting. And next for the cover up is the mint bed. I've got spearmint and apple mint, and they're both lovely in new potatoes. And not only have I done the mint, I've done my 2 other herb bays. So I've got rosemary and oregano, and over here I've got thyme and I've got chives. I look forward to some delicious Italian cooking, and thyme is perfect in jerk chicken as well, my favourite. And here's my next job. I'm planting some giant Stuttgart onions. Now if you plant them like this and they get established with some roots in, the birds won't pull them out when you put them into the garden. That's the idea of doing this anyway. And I've got a few over there as well. There's 50 onions. I haven't quite got enough pots at the moment, but I will have soon, so I'll finish them off maybe another day. And I kid you not, these are the same potatoes I covered up and showed you yesterday, and are back through. That's 24 hours. Incredible. They take so long to start, and then all of a sudden they go as quick as that. Covered them back up, and we'll have a look tomorrow. And I've given everything that I potted up yesterday a good soak overnight, and they're now in my tray. It's not heated at the moment, by the way. And next little job, I've got some early tomatoes. They look a bit leggy. They look a bit dry, so I'm going to pot them up and then give them a good watering. Next up for potting up is my chilies, and these are 2 months old now. So I'm going to put them into slightly bigger pots, only slightly bigger, and I'm going to take them back in the house. And here is a great tip. What I've done here, I've got the original pot and I've put it into a bigger pot, and I've packed all of the compost down tightly. And what you've got to do very carefully is pull out the original pot, get hold of the chilli or whatever you're potting up, give it a tap. Hopefully it comes out pretty much intact. Just drop it into the hole, and there you go. And the root system hasn't even been touched at all. Perfect. I'm just about to mow the grass in between my raised beds, but what I'm going to do is keep the grass box on the lawnmower. It is a mulcher as well, but I'm going to collect the grass and then I'll put the grass into one of the compost bins. And only a little bit of grass, but everywhere looks better. And what I've done most of all is cleared this little area for another job which is coming next. And the job that I should have done a while ago is to get my wormery outside. It's going to be far too hot for the worms inside in the greenhouse, so I'm going to move them now. New home, new season, just about to pick some overwintered beetroot, and I'm giving these away to a good friend of mine, Steve, who I work with. It's Friday and that potato is having a laugh. It's through again. I'm going to cover it up and I'll have a look again. Ooh, maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday, and I'm sure it'll be through again. I tried this last year and failed. This is ginger, so this is me third attempt at growing ginger, and I think I've got the time of the year right now, so I'm fingers crossed going to grow ginger this year. Sunday and the potatoes through again, so I've got to cover that up. I've just put a job lot of shredded paper onto the compost heap, but problem is if the wind gets up it'll blow out. So what I'm going to do, it's got a double whammy. I'm going to put some water on it. This will stop it flying around in the wind, and also it gets compost going as well. So double whammies, I like them. I've sown some shallot seeds, the first time I've ever grown shallots from seeds, and also some viper bug loss, and they're a very bee friendly flower. Okay, so I'll be growing lots of flowers this year in preparation for my bees. And I've planted another 9 potato chits, and the chits are the little pieces that grow out of the potato. So hopefully 9 more potato plants. My chard has got a little bit out of hand, so I'm going to need to cut that back. And also I've got some deep root weeds that I need to get out. So I've tidied the chard up now, and hopefully that will grow back. It might bolt, I don't know. And also I've taken out the deep root weeds, and they really are deep roots, and if you don't take the whole of the root out they will grow back again, so you don't want them in your garden. Get them out. I prepared some a soil mix, put that on. I'm about halfway down. I'm not going to finish that today, so that's as far as I'm going to get on that, and I'm not far off going in. So that's what one of the sides of my greenhouse looks like. On the other side I've got the grape in. I've got some sweet peas that really need to go out at some point, but it's going to be really cold next week, so probably this weekend wasn't the time. I've got my amaryllis that I've brought from inside to out into the greenhouse, and these I think I've lost. These were my overwintered chilies that don't seem to have done too well, but I have got one in the house that's overwintered perfectly. This bit is sort of work in progress at the moment. This will be cleared out bit by bit. A couple more amaryllis up there, and my toad lilies. Over this side some bolted broccoli, which will have to come out shortly, and some spare strawberries. Now where the magic is in the very end pod. The shallots and my vipers are gone on top. Next row I've got some more sweet peas. Over here I've got, can't remember what they're called, and avocados. Down here some more chitted potatoes, some broad beans. I've got some tiny little carrots coming. I've got me potatoes, which have got nuts this week. These two are yet to make an appearance. I've got lots of leeks that need to go out. Some tea and coffee over there that's drying out. Some more leeks, my shallots, some more sweet peas, and over here I've got lots of my onions. And the real magic is me little chits from me chit. So I took off potatoes. Some of those are coming through. There's another one there coming through, and there's one here. I couldn't be happier. So that concludes this week's episode of Gardening 365. If you're watching, please subscribe. I know lots of people that do watch haven't subscribed yet, so please make sure you're doing that. Make our channel grow. But thank you ever so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.